if she retires me because she has a higher earning potential, and we can have all things we want, desire, needs, and help others, why can't she give me the soft life?
But it also can apply to the males if you want to lay around the house and have your woman do all the work. That can apply as well.
Welcome to Date, Affirm, The Real, our live podcast talking about today's relationships and its effects on us all. Please welcome our hosts, Marcus Goodwin and Don aka Junior Lee. Let's get real.
Good evening, Don. How you doing today, brother?
How's it going, Marcus? Another day, another dollar, sir.
Right on, right on. So, starting before the late start, we had a couple of things going on. We couldn't miss tonight's episode.
Of course not. Of course not.
It's a good one, and it's something kind of dear to our heart, and I'm pretty sure it's kind of dear to other people's heart.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get started, welcome Date Affirm, The Real. I'm Marcus Goodwin, your host, and
I am Don, aka Junior Lee, the poet.
Right on. This is Date Affirm, The Real. We talk about positivity in relationships and dating. We focus on dating yourself, loving yourself, so you can be better for another. Here, we are sharing our opinions, our thoughts, and our outlooks.
Mm-hmm.
This is an open platform for open communication. We not only want to share our thoughts, but we want to hear yours as well.
Yeah.
Always matter of fact, always invite others to join, because the more the merrier. In this platform, in this communication platform, and the way we want to do things, we need to see all aspects, because we're not claiming to be right on anything, on everything, or some things. We want to hear from everybody, so we know everybody's outlook on everything, because this is what we do. But tonight's topic, if you, I can't remember if I say the topic name, but dating in a financial deficit. When the heart's ready to date and your pockets ain't.
Exactly.
It's funny about this topic. Don, you and I discussed this, and it just so happens me and my wife had discussed this a couple days prior too. And so the dog gods said, hey, we need to talk about this.
Yeah.
Because we are somewhat traditional in a lot of ways in the man aspect, and we need to address this, because money in our minds, so I can't speak for you, but money in my mind plays a big part in when you're dating, and even the communication about your finances plays a big role when you're dating and trying to pursue somebody. We all have our ups and downs in the bank account.
Yeah.
And with the up and down the bank account, it can it affect how you go about pursuing love or partnership? Because can a broke man find a stable woman?
You asking a question, or are you making a statement? Because that's a broad brush. Both. A broke man can find a stable woman if he coming with that wood, right? You know what I mean? Because not the norm of society. He can present himself in a way that's not financially upfront. However, we all know that finances, pretty much 90% of the world is run by that. We have to get to work. We have to buy food. We have to supply our needs on a daily basis. Money will play some type of issue, especially when you're dealing with a relationship. If you are meeting someone for the first time, you usually present that with a date or a meet and greet. It's going to be a coffee shop. It might be a movie. It might be a dinner. Somebody got to pay. And how the game goes, you got to pay to play.
Well, true. But it's all about how you pay and what you're playing.
Ooh, hello, Lady Shy. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, the dog therapist. She said, nope. All right. in my mind, and it could be my ego
Okay.
because my ego is always going to be in my pocket.
Okay.
I think you shouldn't really be dating if your finances are not in order.
You shouldn't be dating if your finances not in order. Okay, sir. I'm following your lead. So lead me on as to how this belief is going to play out. I want
Yeah,
to hear this.
and I'm not saying I'm right because I could question this. Well, the fact is, when there's certain things I want to impress a lady,
Mhm.
and I'm so egotistical about it. I want to take her here. I want to show her this, and
Lady Shy
if,
is
if
on
I
one
can't
already.
do this
Yes.
on my financial on my current my status, I should be dating, and at the same time, what if she want to do something and I gotta look at my pocket like, ooh, yeah, that
Oh,
I got a headache, baby.
you can only come up with so many excuses. Lady Shy again, she's saying if you don't have the money, you should not date. Ain't that much, you know what in the world that you put down. But just to piggyback on what you're saying, it does. Is it pertaining to the man's ego? You put your ego in the pocket. I have a separate pocket for mine, but does it pertain to the men as to how we feel, right? Because the ego comes in check when, hey, let me pay for that, right? The woman should be, let me take care of that. If your money looking at you funny, you open that wallet, you're like, oh man, I can pay for this, but I'm gonna be hurting next week. I'm gonna be eating fish sandwiches and some grilled cheese and some Roman noodles. You're gonna be skimping up to that payday. And is it because we men come to the forefront of footing the bill, aka paying for everything? Does it hit us harder to date and have a financial stability because you want to show the woman that, hey, I am financially stable, but sometimes trying to show something that you ain't got can hurt you in the long run. I mean, you got rent due next week, and you putting out that rent money trying to borrow.
I mean, so yeah, I agree and I get what you're saying, but why should I be lonely?
You're right. You don't have to be lonely.
So no, but yeah, I don't because I'm thinking like I work hard and maybe I had a financial setback.
Hmm.
Hell, maybe I went through a divorce in the past a couple of years ago, and I'm still bouncing back.
Hmm.
You know, I'm out here doing what I'm supposed to do, trying to get it in a
Yeah.
legitimate fashion.
Hmm.
We talk about, do we date for a person for their financial status or we date them for who they are? Does you being not having money at money at this moment make you a buster?
You said a good point. Dating on financial status. Do we date within our financial level? Because if you really are wanting to date someone who is outside of your economic means, is that, well, it's going to be a hindrance, right? If you just the janitor and you're trying to date the CEO of the company, that ain't gonna work, right?
No, no,
But
no,
you
no. I don't agree.
okay. Let me hear it. Let
The
me hear it,
reason
sir.
why I
But you
say I
just
don't I, now
well,
I don't agree. I
okay.
just talked to my wife,
Uh-huh.
and she because you said when you said janitor, she has a friend who's a attorney who married the janitor.
Wow. Congratulations to them. Is that an anomaly or is that the everyday concept of what we men or what we may experience in the dating field? Because I want to date the CEO. I
Hey,
want to date that VP in sales. You think I'm just gonna go up there and be like, hey, let's go
well,
around the corner to McDonald's and let's get a
real
cheeseburger.
talk. Well, shit, what men say? Date up or marry up.
True, but if you date up and you marry up, there still is going to be some type of financial burden that you're going to have to carry in that process. It's not just going in there willy nilly free. And like Lady Shaw said, just slinging that thing, chicken wing.
Okay.
And she does indicate here there are some women who like to take care of their men. Yes, there are. I've experienced that. Hardcore healing P code says, I believe men should be upfront and let a woman know. Yes, she can decide how she wants to proceed. A man can't get upset by her response either. That is correct. We must be mature in our approach, in our understanding, and that only comes from within of having that honest question with yourself. Me and Marcus had a conversation last week at blowing over a cigar, and we was discussing this topic. And I personally had to have an honest conversation with myself. When your financial levels change in life, you go from a certain level and then you kind of get kicked down a peg or two. It makes you reflect and say, if I personally wanted to get back in a dating field, how would I approach this? How would this affect me financially? Because it is uh, my role. If I'm going to date, I'm going to have to come out some expenses. I'm going to have to dole out some dollars. I'm going to have to pay for some meals, some dinners, some movies, some gas. I'm driving a V8, man. You got to put 50 just to get that thing on half full. So yeah, it is something that we must reflect on and make a decision within ourselves as to how we want to approach this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who? God dang! Now, hey, slow down with the damn comments. Now I can't
This,
get them
this,
all.
is, this is what we need, man. This is what we
Read them
need.
for me because I was too busy.
All right.
Chat.
So hardcore killing pin at Lady Shy said, yeah, tell the truth. Lady Shy says, as long as he's working, he has good character. Yes. Hardcore healing pin says, it's not about the money. It's not about the amount of money. If it's does he work? Oh, it's does he work? Yeah, he got to have a job. Yeah, you got to
So
have a job.
this is what I'm talking about. So we are trying to date a person's for who they are. A person. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's the right word. For who they are. Because what if a man? Because what if a man look at it that way, in which they often do, when they
Mm-hmm.
say that bullshit, what you bring to the table?
Mm.
You know, a man usually a true sincere man usually don't look at a woman's finances if they're not employed at the moment or whatever. They're not caring because they look. I got you,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
we're looking at and should be looking at the woman's character.
Mm. Okay.
So, and on the reverse end, so we're looking at the woman should be looking at the man's character,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and seeing what see what's about. Because the flags, I'm not saying you not be able to take out a person on a date at the moment is a red flag, but it should be like, okay, let me see what's the surround. Let me analyze the situation,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because now, like I said, my ego be hitting. So that's why I say I can't date. But we all dated women, or a lot of us dated women who had made more money than us, who was willing to flip the bill or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that. I had women who wouldn't take, I won't say take care of me, but it would who made considerably more money than me. But my
Yeah.
ego wouldn't let me. I still would pay the bill because that's my ego.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say manhood. That's just my ego.
Okay.
Um, but those ladies probably saw my character.
Mm-hmm.
They knew I made considerably less than them,
Mm-hmm.
and they saw the character now, and they probably saw potential, like real potential, not that fake potential that women say, oh, I'm dating his potential, and he ain't no but a bum type potential.
You stating facts because hardcore healing pin says that's good character and integrity is definitely one that gets factored in because per se, if you are dating or attempting to date to find that loved one in your life, how often is it you hit the first one on the head and that's the one, therefore you can bow out and run off and elope and all that? Sometimes you have to go through two or three, you got to go through the bad ones to get to the good ones. And that can be a not necessarily a financial strain, but it will be a cost paid because you have to get to that good one. Therefore, you have to go out on dates. You have to obligate yourself. You may be a person of good character that brings flowers. You may be a person that likes to eat steaks. Some people like lobster. Some people like chicken. The choice of meals, all that can factor into the cost of financially dating.
Hmm. And so I had a point and I lost it. Let me go back to another point that was being said about
Okay.
when we're dating and we're touching, when we're, or I won't say dating, we're conversating.
Okay.
You mean you go to some kind of establishment and you see a woman that piques your interest,
Hmm.
and we know our funds ain't the best, and we start talking to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, like, so I'm an ego driven person in a lot of ways.
Okay.
I'm semi working on it. Um, we need to figure out when we talking to these women and we know our funds ain't hitting on what we want them to say. I won't say our funds ain't where we desire them to be at the time. We're in the conversation, or in that conversation, do we say, "Yo, I don't, I can't date like I want you to date you financially."
Hardcore Healing Pen says, when I was dating, I wasn't looking for a man to take care of me. I was doing that pertaining to herself. I was seeking partnership. What can we do as partners? It's going to be a holistic process and approach to determine. And as Marcus said, you have to interject that conversation. So it seemed like this is why you two are paired together well, because you think alike and you think aligned. Not everyone, not everyone you meet is going to be thinking alike and thinking along that lines. A man's going to have to go to some chick and say, "I need you to buy me this meal and buy my kids a meal at home too." We've seen the IG posts about that
Hmm.
stuff. But so, you're going to experience that and you'd be like, wait. I'm just trying to get to know you so that we can establish that conversation to have that. But if you're coming up front, okay, that just helps me out because I'm going to go ahead and buy out right now. And then you go back and reset and you reprocess on the next one. Hopefully that'll be a different experience.
All right, so
Why are
transparent.
you hitting people on the head?
Yeah.
No, I'm just making a reference there. There's no reason why Lady Shy.
Transparency. I probably, if when I was
Yeah.
financially kind of, when I was at my one of my financial low peaks,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have put that in the conversation.
Mm,
I would have
explain.
probably still tried to talk
Mm-hmm.
and finesse, maybe even try to make magic, like a new way of floating the check, trying to type deal, try to impress this woman.
You're right there, the bounce check.
Yeah, because my ego. But now, as I'm learning more and more, as I let this ego dwindle some, one of the things that we have as men, and even I don't want to say men, as people,
Mm,
we need to make sure we give everybody their choice. And hard as it is to tell a woman or somebody you trying to talk to
mm-hmm,
at the beginning,
mm-hmm,
just to be transparent, I'm going through a financial low right now.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm climbing my way back out. I just want to let you know, I really do like you, but I want to let you know where I'm at this moment. You know, and let them decide if they want to rock with you in that way, or say, holla back at me when when you're ready.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
one of the examples you gave was you talking to a woman, right?
Mhm.
And you talking to a lady, and you tell her this and this about your finance, and the baller come in, and she dip on your ass to go toward the baller.
Go to the next table because
Yeah,
yeah,
what we said, well, hell, that we
you just save ourselves paying 37.50 for a drink.
yeah, we did,
Yeah,
because that just showed that person's character.
yeah, indeed.
Um, But I do feel that even egos diluted, if you're not financially ready to date like you want to date as a person,
Yeah.
yeah, chill out for see if it's possible, chill out.
Yeah. Just sit this one out. Because you say ego, I'm going to say pride. Pride will play a role in dating when your finances aren't right. And the reason I say pride, because I'm going to feel some type of way. If I can't even take myself out to Chili's, I know damn well I shouldn't be trying to date. So
That's too
bow out, sit this one out. Let me build some reserve. Let me get my head on straight and see if I can make some things happen. But in the aspect of dating, we are still human beings. We want to still feel affection. We want to feel love. We want to feel the warmth, the loveness of bosoms and everything else we grab it.
the bosom.
So yeah. So you still have to make choices, right? And say, I'm gonna go to cheap ride and get somebody and take them to McDonald's, or I'm gonna be elegant and stay true to myself and see if I can one up and see if they respond reciprocally, or I'm just going to take their loss. And like you said, wow. So you still gotta, I ain't dead now. Shit.
you, you want to curl over that warm body. Baby, no, it's December. A little chill
Yeah,
outside.
yeah,
When
yeah.
it's
Big
cold
man's get a little bit.
outside.
Big man's get to the front of the line when December comes. You know, you want to get a little warmth and cuddly. You know.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I've thought about, and I think we might discuss it.
Yeah, yeah,
And this is a far future, a forward look.
yeah.
And you talking to her, and she says, "Hey, I get it. We all go through this little a patch,
Mm-hmm.
but and I see you, brother, and I see what you're working with. I see your character, and I see who you are. I
Yeah.
see you out there trying to get it. And she says, I am at a comfortable financial stage in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to pay for us to date financially. I could take us on financial dates. You can just do things like cook dinners and things like that. You're romantic. Be poetic.
Yeah.
Just show me that you're intentional about this, right? Or-
Cool.
So while I'm setting the scene,
Where
ooh,
they
I'm
grow
setting
that at? They got one growing on the tree out there. Let me go out there
Hey,
and see if I can pluck one.
so first of all, there's a lot of things out there in this world that you probably never seen.
I haven't been
And
exposed. Marcus, you've been exposed. I'm
I'm
a little
fir-
sheltered.
first of all, like somebody said, showing your age, showing his age.
Yeah, I see that. Yes, I am 51, by the way. So
Yeah,
in case you want to know.
but and she says, "Okay, cool. You know, I got us.
Yeah.
I know who you are, and I know your character, and I respect you telling me this in the beginning because you telling me in this show it shows me a lot about you. Now y'all vibing right and
Hmm.
doing the date thing, you doing what you can to show your appreciation and your attentions and you getting back up. Yeah, you get your money right, like how you expect it to be after that financial dip. Now you taking her on a date, she taking you on a date, so y'all and guess what? The vibe ain't there no more.
Why are they there? If it
Yeah,
seems
yeah,
like it's there.
not no more.
You
But think,
presented that
hold
picture.
on, wait for ride with me, bro, ride with me.
All right, all
So,
right.
because
Hand out
people,
the one.
yeah, people sometimes evolve differently.
Mm,
N- Not every relationship is meant to last.
mm.
And not this in this scenario, I'm not saying somebody did bad, somebody did wrong,
Okay.
or right and did wrong. What I'm saying is it just wasn't. It's not. You're not clicking like y'all used to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now
Hmm.
here go the scenario. Do you? Because she rocked with you when you was at your low. Are you feeling extra? Now would you feel extra obligated to stay because she was rocking with you on the upcome? Now that you stable, I still want to show my appreciation for her, and I feel more obligated to stay. not because of love, but out of obligation. What would your thought be on that one?
The thought of that, that's just kind of similar to what Hardcore European is saying here. What if a woman is interested and understood the man's situation, and you're saying that once the man gets his situation right, should he feel obligated to stay? Should he feel some type of loyalty to that? I can't say. That's a personal experience. I will say, though, from a previous relationship a long time ago, I was dating a person who was making financially more money than me. And the reason I felt that I had to get out of that, it maybe been pride because a person felt like the fact that they were making more money than me, they can control me and tell me how to live my life. That would be a reason why a person who's just on the up and up decide to say, hey, thanks, but no thanks, because a person shouldn't try to control the person because of the fact they're in a higher position financially. They should work with the person to ensure that they are good and then work together to see how you can build. But everybody thinks like that, right? Some people are more controlling, more domineering, and will try to utilize that to their advantage.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because we all know that um money don't make the head of the household.
I know.
You know, it's
If it
understanding
don't,
between you and your partner what makes the head of the household and how things run.
and people use that as a
Yeah.
tool
But
to state
the,
the reason why they're the head of the household, right?
but in my scenario is
Mhm.
we can't confuse obligation or gratitude
Mhm.
for love, because at the end of the day, I think we'll end up being unhappy.
Yes.
We try
Yeah.
we try to choose our happiness over situations.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody get mad, but you happy.
Yeah.
We also got real. We have to sit in our part, sit in. We have to sit in ourselves that we did what we supposed to. We did what we can in that relationship. We did our part. We did it with understanding.
Let's up to the ante a little bit.
Okay, deal a
What
hand.
if a man has, as Hardcore European said, has a woman that supports his interests and understands his situation, but the man's pride, his man ego, is not feeling it because in his mind, his financial insecurity may affect his emotional intimacy. Because when we got the money in our pocket, we feeling good, right? We about to put in the work. We're going out here, we feeling like we have made it or made something of ourselves. When we sitting there around broke and man, I got $20 next week. Sometimes that intimacy is just not there. It's not in the cards to I got a headache tonight. You're gonna be using that a lot. A man gonna be using that a lot to try to
Okay,
weasel his way out
I,
of that.
I get it. I get it. I understand. You know, but this is a problem.
It's a problem.
Yes, it
Okay.
is a problem.
All right. Let's hear it. I want to hear from
We
yours
we
standpoint.
making monetary people. We're making our monetary and material things affect our emotions,
Mm,
who we are. We often say, "Stop being so materialistic." That $20 is materialistic. $100 is materialistic. $1,000 in your pocket is materialistic. Why should I depend? Why should I be stressed? Why should the money in my pocket determine how I move and operate as a man
when
and
your
how I
stomach
perform as
sticking
a
to
man?
your spine,
Yeah.
when your stomach touching your back, that's how you gonna operate because you ain't got that to eat. But you do make a good point. We should not allow monetary reasons to dictate our emotional status. But isn't it just human nature when we are affected by something, whether it's some type of trauma or something that causes to meet and face what we're experiencing, we have to overcome it. And do that overcoming, we're going to have some type of emotional balance that we have to control. We have to juggle.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lady Shy. You're welcome. That was all for you, by the way. Oh, Pippin P says I didn't think about that. Yes, let's talk about that because I'm going to say the reason I say that is just reflecting on my own personal life. there were times when I felt that emotional intimacy was not there. Yeah, I can get up in the morning and ride a bike and go to the gym and work out and feel like I was trying to accomplish something, but you check that bank account and it said red. Oh shit! Well, let me go back in and lay down because ain't nothing happening. It ain't no emotional, intimacy going on because I'm just not feeling it until I feel that I am in a place of balance. And it's not saying that I have to have millions. I have to have a balance financially, mentally, emotionally, so that I feel good about myself and can be at the best performance, whatever I'm doing. Can't half-ass it. It's my thought on that.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah,
yeah, and I mean I would feel I would feel the same. I'm just saying we shouldn't. I'm just saying our material shouldn't affect us in that,
I agree.
because
I agree.
if me and my wife right now had $0 in our account,
Mhm.
I can't get none. I can't.
Is Marcus asking a question? I don't
Yeah, is man down there gonna come up and razz the occasion? Ooh,
know.
the black turn me on, the red turn me off. What the fuck? Oh, do I want to lose myself? The best way to lose my thoughts about this red account.
Mhm.
Hey, baby, you know what I'm saying? Give me. I'm joking, but no, I'm
Uh,
joking. But yeah, I get it. It's
yeah. It is
um
something that we can control once we think about it and how we reflect on it. But just the instant that it is happening is will be something that we have to deal with because it's just human nature, right?
yeah, and everybody has things that make them not um brings them down,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it maybe not be monetarily, maybe hell even our physical self, maybe how we looking, you know,
yeah.
thing everybody has their things that throw them off.
Also,
Um,
just think about this:
I'm listening.
uh, financial stability, just the understanding of money. I had a conversation. I'm just again reflecting back on previous experiences of a lady that I went out on a date with, and she was telling me about this guy that she was also attempting to date, and she said he made good money. However, he was not financially doing the things that he need to benefit himself health wise because he worked odd hours and he would eat junk food to power himself through the day, and that can lead to more financial strains over the long term because now you're building up more medical issues. When a person is financially stable, they usually can eat more quality food, more of a quality ingredients. When the person is get by, they taking shortcuts and eating spam sandwiches and they going to McDonald's and stuff that we know long term can have dire benefits. That in itself is continuing to build on that stress because you're putting on pounds, you eat unhealthy, because you have to understand financial concept of money, and it's not always just buy food. You have to do something that could benefit you long term too.
Yeah, you know, it's a
Mhm.
lot of little factors come into play.
You better stress relief. I'm a star. So Hardcore Healing Pen does propose a great question. Here's almost like on the spot, but she says, "What if a man was intentional, thoughtful, and creative with dates and moments together?" That's beautiful because as we were discussing here on this subject, you can be creative with dates. Say, for instance, you're not planning on spending $200, you can have a fair date where you take them to the fair, enjoy some rides, eat some cotton candy, and play a few games and something entertaining, something thoughtful, and could be within budget. That's just an aspect of the question Hardcore Hidden Pin asks.
Okay, what if a man was intentional, thoughtful, and creative with the dates? Yeah, so it's the intentional
Yeah,
is the key for me.
Okay.
more so than the creative and thoughtful.
Okay.
No, they're all about equal, but intentional is what are you showing to me that you're really into this?
Mm,
By how are you being creative? The intentional is being creative.
yeah.
One thing, because I'm not the most creative person, and I'm kind of thinking kind of different. If I put money to a side and I'll give up things that if I give up certain things so I can show you a good time or do something creative,
Hmm.
that's my intentionality.
Mm,
I'm willing to sacrifice because
yeah.
one of the things that a man would tend to do is to sacrifice.
Yeah.
Well, in both, I won't say just man. People do the sacrifice, both genders.
Yeah.
I'm showing you my sacrifice that because I'm not in a certain place, I'm still gonna sacrifice to give you what I have, what I got. I'm gonna
Yeah.
provide for you in a way, eh, in a sacrificial way.
Yeah.
If I can't afford, like I said, I can't afford steaks every time, but
Hmm.
if I eat some, go to the store and get uh, some clearance meat, right, for myself, eat that or eat on that one. I could save enough money. So yeah, okay, babe, we can go here because I did a little something. I did a little
Yeah.
razzle dazzle,
Hey, there you go.
eating this
Be
bad meat.
creative with it. Be
Yeah,
creative.
but
And we got two more comments. Hardcore Healing Opinion says also, just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean you have it. You can budget wrong and it doesn't even matter. That is absolutely correct. We've seen celebrities, millionaires go broke, belly up because of mismanagement of their finances. Lady Shy says you can go to the beach with a picnic basket, and that's a beautiful experience.
yeah, so
Beautiful experience.
it is. But at the end of the day, are we really? We have to really have to sit with ourselves emotionally. Are we ready to date, or are we blaming it? Are we blaming it on our finances?
Mm,
That's one thing we have to come to terms with.
true. Yes.
You know,
And when you come to those terms, you set a course as to how you will date and know when you're within your means of dating and hopefully not uh, go over a certain budget or concept of an idea because you're trying to impress, right? I'm really going to impress her. So let me
ooh,
spend this extra $100 and get those
ooh,
flowers, those dozen roses. Let me spend this extra $200 in this Uber and get us a limousine or something right there. Because you can definitely be creative and intentional and still trying to ego-ish your way
mm.
through it and like, oh man, I made did a little bit too much.
Yeah, you hit on the head. We equate money with how to impress somebody.
Mm,
The more money we got, the more we can impress them. The more things we buy on, how we can really impress them. And I still do that, and that's I'm not, and I admit that's wrong, and I know better, but I still a lot of times do that. Like, let me buy you something
but
instead of being creative.
is it a fault if you have the means to do so? Is it a fault? It's you have the means to do so, right?
You trying to say it ain't tricking if you
Marcus
got
the
it?
millionaire. Marcus the millionaire. If he got it, he ain't tricking. Marcus the millionaire. He got successful businesses, CDs and drawing interest, looking like Warren Buffett. You got the means. Nobody
So
can hate you if you're doing something within your means. Now, people can be jealous and look at Marcus over there spending, all that money. But Marcus worked to get that money. You
yeah,
you right?
yeah, but
You worked to get that money.
I'm 50-50 with you on this one.
Okay, let me hear your side. I'm just giving a take of it, but let me hear you.
What's going to travel more in the heart? I'll buy you this, or I'll do something that's more intimate to you. I can, if if you okay, let's say you're dating. All right, you say I got these. I'm the multi-millionaire, right?
Yeah.
And in this alternate world where my wife doesn't exist, I'm gonna put that out there because it's play world, babe. Um,
Look for this fry pan duck.
yeah, and let's say
Yeah.
Shania Lathan
Oh,
I was dating her, who has money, or Halle Berry, who has money.
okay.
Would buying them this gift, that gift, will that really equate? Or if I do something intimate, like, okay, you had something that's special to you, like I know you like, I don't know, a certain meal, and I make it me, I make that meal for her with my bare hands when she come home. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Telling the chef to take the day off. Which one will she remember? Me buying her a Rolex or that meal?
It depends on the person because Ben Affleck married J-Lo twice, and apparently he still can't make it happen. He buying her every gift and taking her every meal and making hand-cooked pizza rolls. Well, I don't know, whatever he's doing, she still wasn't happy with it in the long run.
I mean, apparently he don't know how to sling that dick.
Uh,
If you said in the beginning, right?
Lady Shy said that at the beginning.
Oh,
She said you can get that anywhere. So I guess that's what J-Lo out there doing, just getting it from P. Diddy and
well, she got
Alex,
the pen pal.
Alex Rodriguez is going back on the block.
Yeah, Jimmy on the block. That's funny. But
We got some comments
yeah,
coming up
hold on.
here.
I'm bringing them
Okay.
up.
All right. Now, why you bring up Sanaa Lathan?
Because basketball
Yes.
is going to start soon.
Sleep with both of your eyes open, sir.
Shit, I try. It don't work. I still snore.
Sanaa Lathan, yeah.
Yeah, but this is. And matter of fact, what if you had a chance? You had one chance to, and you to meet and you had a conversation with your celebrity crush,
Wow.
and you're at a certain financial level that you're not accustomed to, and and for some reason she seems to like you a little. Do you not shoot your shot?
Oh, shit.
Hope you come back around. But
I'm shooting that jumper. I'm
you got
Allen
Carolina.
Iverson.
You can't go to Chili's. But what you gonna do for her?
I have confidence in my conversation. And that's all I can leave it at, right? So I'm gonna spit some conversation and I'm gonna sit up here and sip on this water with lemon. Act like it's a taco vodka or some shit. I don't know.
And would you tell her in that conversation where you're at in life?
That's something that we had discussed because my take on it is the conversation that we're talking about is not like, okay, let me sit down. Hey, how you doing? I'm done. I'm broke. I ain't got $5. How does the conversation get interjected? Is it a second date, a third date, or just so happen that you're talking about finances in general? And it starts coming around because I don't see it how you can just sit there and sit down and the first thing coming out of your mouth is I'm broke. I don't see that because you're definitely going to ruin the mood. You can't even get a continuance of the conversation. So it has to be something that's approachable, understandable, and relatable when it flows in the course of a conversation. Because it can't just be upfront and up blunt. Because I'll tell you the quick conversation me and Mark was discussing. I was talking about a lady that I work with, right? And she went to the Chris Brown concert and she was telling me how lovely it was, right? And we exchanged numbers, we was talking, and then I saw her next day at work, or a couple of days later at work, and I asked her how she was doing, and she was like, oh, I'm broke. I don't know how I'm paying these bills. And I'm like, how the hell did you come up with that? And I'm just asking how your morning going. It's like, oh, no, that's well, shit, that's in the conversation. You have to find a way to present something like that when the topic is discussed, but not upfront so damn brush. I mean, it's like, damn, okay, shit, I already know what she wants. Yeah. No, I'm good.
Well, what you no, Don? You should have been gentleman. You went and got her a glass with some lemon in it.
I know, right? That's probably all I
Water
can
with some
get.
lemon
Shit.
in it.
Watch out this glass my husband using.
To ease her day. Well,
Yeah.
you had a bad. You had a here you go. Water with lemon.
But
This
asking the
those first
ladies,
broke.
asking the two ladies on here, anyone else that's chiming in, how would that conversation, how do you feel that conversation should be had and approached? How would you ease that into discussion about not necessarily telling your financial businesses, but how would you ease that discussion into the flow of a conversation?
Mm.
Because I want to hear from the ladies. I mean, we had that
Yeah,
conversation.
because why they got them fast fingers moving?
Twitter fingers and
Yeah, I think, and I'm just saying I think because I'm happily married. I ain't got to worry about that shit.
your check is my check.
Yeah, and I think we do have to approach that toward not not in the first 5, 10, 15 minutes, but you have to gear that toward that in that first setting. Reason
Okay.
being,
Okay.
what happens if it go good and she like, hey, let's go here or meet me here or this and that, and now it's coming out like, mm,
I got a headache.
yeah, I got a headache. But
The stomach is
if
growling.
but like me and you discussed, if we ain't vibing, I ain't worried about it. We ain't gonna get to that point. But
Yeah.
we vibing strong in this first conversation. Yeah, I'm gonna need to
Yeah.
gear it toward this somewhere
Yeah.
30, 40 minutes into the conversation. I need to gear it and
Yeah.
give her the option, give her the choice.
Yeah. Of course.
So I got some
Great.
comments here. Let me get them up.
All right.
Oh shit. My fingers don't work as fast as theirs, apparently.
I think at the beginning of the conversation, this is from Lady Shy. I think at the beginning of the
It
conversation,
also says at the first conversation, like I was saying, giving them their choice.
the first conversation, I
This is
got you.
what my wife
Okay.
taught me. Make sure you don't take the choice. Well, yeah, don't take the choice from her.
Yeah.
I still do it sometimes, but hey, I'm just gonna be honest.
As Hardcore Healing Pen says, as we talk about our future endeavors and desires, it can be said that money is vital and important. And I just want to be honest about where I am and we see where it goes. These are great points. Great points, worthy of remembering. Worthy. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate that.
But I think this was a strong conversation.
Yeah.
And I think we all in a consensus that it needs to be had in the beginning.
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
shy away from it.
No, you can't. You
Yeah.
can't. You make it a commitment at that point to meet somebody for a date. You have to see it through
And also let it be a testimony to the other person's character, how they
yeah,
respond to your situation.
of course.
We don't need to take their choices from them. If they choose it, they don't choose it. Or we also have to be willing to accept the not the disappointment, but the rejection.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Well,
where you're at in this.
maybe that's another conversation for another time. But would you see it as a rejection if you're meeting somebody and you have this conversation up front, the first conversation, like Lady Shy say, and it comes down to it at the end of the conversation, end of the meal, end of the drink, that it's best that you pursue other paths because it's not going to line up right, even if you're being truthful. Do you see that as rejection? Because I wouldn't see it as rejection. I would see it as understanding as how this person thinks
Yeah. So
versus how I am approaching the situation.
as we wind this conversation down, I won't see this rejection depending on how she says it to me.
Oh, okay.
And how she is dealing with it. And she
Yes.
said, yeah, I can't move in that path right now. I do like you, whatever. But when we get on the same level, or I don't want to say level, get on the same wavelength, I would love to revisit this.
Yeah.
And she say something like, I can't do nothing with you,
Oh shit.
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't, like I said at the beginning, as I wrap this up, I don't think we shouldn't be dating at a financial deficit. But other side of me says I could be missing out on somebody that's meant for me or good for me
Take your shot.
because I let this, I won't call it a setback, but this dip or this bum of the road stop me from shooting my shot with somebody.
Yeah.
I think we just like everybody's saying, lady shy, babe, give them the choice and let's see what they do with it. But
Yeah, and
go ahead.
go ahead.
No,
I'm gonna add my touch to this. So at the end of the day, being ready isn't always about what's in your wallet. It's about what's in your mindset. Let's think about that. Because love can't pay bills, but it can inspire discipline, vision, and growth if both hearts are aligned.
Right on. That is so true. That is perfectly said.
Put that in your feather in your cap.
Bring it, Don, Mr.
Just
Junior
did,
Lilly
sir.
himself.
I just did.
So Don, I know we started a little late, and that's getting late. I know I don't know about you, but I'm kind of older. I got bedtimes.
Yeah. I'll eventually get there. I'm gonna go out here and howl at the moon and take some pictures and see what I can create.
All right, Mr.
Yes,
Creative.
sir.
Next time, some hardcore hitting post said that was good, Don. Yeah,
You're welcome. Thank you.
yeah, Mr. Creative. So
Of course.
if you ever take a down tip on finances, just send that potential person a picture of the moon. Say, I'm gonna take it to the moon, baby, one day.
Till you aim for the moon, you miss you amongst the stars. That's what I say. Yeah, and I'm Junior Lilly, and that's Marcus the Meaner. And this has been Data from the Real.
And we out.
Yes.